years, 10 years, not to know these strategies. I tell you, it's costing more than $25 a week. So people say they can't afford it. I'll tell you this. When my first mentor challenged me to go and invest in my education, go to some seminars, buy some DVDs and books, etc., I didn't have any money, and I could use that as an excuse. Lucky I had a sister, and I borrowed $1,000 off my sister. I put it on her credit card. And remind me, please, to pay her back sometime. But I borrowed that money to go out and invest, starting in my education. I invested over $100,000. I then sold my car. I worked hard. I took out loans because 10 years ago, or 15 years ago, when I was starting this journey, there wasn't seminars like this. There wasn't this available in Australia. To travel overseas, paying a fortune, no money back guarantee, taking on that risk. And my friends thought I was crazy. But I spent a fortune at university. How many people go to university? They'll sell their car, they'll take an extra job, they'll borrow money, they'll go into debt with the government to fund the university education. It comes to their real life financial education, which is at least equal to a university education. In my life, it's been 100 times more valuable to me, a real life education. And they'll go, can I afford it? Let's face the reality. If people are committed, can they afford $25 a week? Yes or no? Absolutely no excuses. They will just do it if they're committed, okay? And that's what I was. I was committed. So if you're committed, there's no excuse you can't partake in this. And if I'm wrong, and the strategy's not as good as you say, or this is not as good as it sounds to be, then guess what? It's 100% money back guarantee. You have a full 3 months, 90-day money back guarantee. So you have effectively a risk-free education. What's your investment? Your investment is $4,995 Australian dollars, not US. And however, let me ask you this question. Who is a good decision maker? Raise your hand if you're a good decision maker. Okay, a few people are like, I'm not really sure. Gives me some feedback. This is not a very good decision maker. Okay, so you can quickly hand out the forms. So I'll just hand out some yellow forms for you quickly. Those of you guests, I know many of you already are members, so good news, you get all this ongoing. You've already paid for that. Pass these out very quickly. If you're a member, just pass them on to the guests. This is your investment. However, if you're a good decision maker, I'm going to do you a favor. And that is this. If you're a good decision maker and you make a decision, a good decision maker, you're able to make a decision knowing you have 100% money back guarantee anyhow, so if you have no risk, your decision is if you take action, complete your form now. We're going to be having a lunch break. And the members are going to stay in the room because I'm going to give you that bonus session for members only. But in just a moment, we're going to be having a 2-minute break. If you're a guest, you'll go to the back of the room, fill out your form, enroll if you're committed to taking action with this. Otherwise, we're on a lunch break. Members stay in the room. We'll be starting in a couple of minutes. So if you're committed, willing to invest into your future, and you take action today during this lunch break, like now, fill out your form now, then what you'll do is you'll get a $1,000 discount. So your investment for the 5-year whole membership, everything is $3,995 Australian. You can pay that in full. Or if you want to preserve some cash flow, you can pay it off on some simple finance plans, okay? It says there less than $49 per week. There's a new payment plan just been added for as little as $25 per week. See the team about that if you wish to just pay it off. So it's a small investment in consideration of what you get, and it's 100% money back guarantee. So if you don't think you can make 10 times your investment to do this program from the strategy you learn or what you save, make, then it is free. You've got 90 days to make that decision. Also, adding to that, if you also complete the paperwork today, then what you can do is bring your spouse for free to the 4-day event. Make sense? You bring your spouse for free to the 4-day event. Okay? That's a good reason to fill out the paperwork today. Okay? Here's a couple of stories while you're filling out your paperwork. Here's, I won't go through the dates, you can worry about that later. Just a couple of quick members that have taken action in the past. Jason's a young guy. He started 11 months ago, got the home study package, and using the share strategies, he was able to replace his full-time income within 110 days of starting the home study. Okay, 3.5 months. So he's very happy about that. He's from Perth, met Jason recently, and as he says, I look forward to learning more advanced strategies. I would recommend the home study package to anyone. All the information you need to start is in there. I actually started making money through trading shares even before I went to any of the live seminars because it's all in the home study. So he's very happy about that. Steve Barenti, story was 15 years ago. He was, started his own business. He almost went bankrupt, had $2,000 left. He got the home study 3 years ago, took action, and he realized he wasn't in as bad situation as he really thought. And today, as you can read there, he lives in a $1 million home by the beach. His wife and himself drive the dream cars. They go on holidays. They went from working 6 to 7 days a week to now working a lot less. He's a property developer investor and has his own business. So it's not just the financial changes, but a lot of people get a lot more out of this than just the financial changes. So we could go through thousands of these. I'll share a couple more with you. There's an example there. He started saving money. He was able to double his income within 2 weeks of finishing the seminar, and he's able to quadruple his income. He's on track to do that in his first year. And he's paid off $30,000 off, is saved in cash, and paid off his mortgage, a third of that in a short period of time. So some people get really big results, some people smaller, in between. It's really up to you. Kate Sheehan, she attended the seminar back in March 2006. She set a goal with the share market strategy to make $500,000 in 12 months. She didn't achieve a goal in 12 months. She achieved it in 10 months. She made $500,000 in 10 months. She then borrowed some more money to invest in 2 investment properties. And so she's made a substantial amount of money. Okay. As I said, there's people who made up to $27 million. There's people who made millions of dollars. People made a few $100,000. Most people would be grateful they could just make $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 extra. Talking to you and never see you again. Good luck.
Joined last November, did my first conference on the Gold Coast, 2007. I enrolled to one of the speakers' Platinum Pursuits, which I've been and done the study course. It's whet my appetite. I felt there was so much information to take in that first 4 days that I needed to come back and just drink it in slower. So I'm back for a second time. It actually exceeded my expectations because I was a bit dubious about coming back the second time, thinking, oh, this is going to be boring and I'm not going to enjoy it. But I actually thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was different. It was different because I think I was able to focus more, take more in. Some of the stuff that I could just sort of say, okay, yeah, that's great, and then stuff that I felt was just really pertinent that I should, oh yeah, that's good, yeah, and I'd sort of highlight that and take it in a bit more.
Would you recommend other members who maybe have done a 4-day in the past to come back and do another 4-day?
Definitely, I would. In fact, I think that I've underestimated what actually 21st century offers, because just with so much information, so many different variety of speakers, and I've signed up for 2 others, but I think I've actually missed what 21st century really offers. So I've come back also to hear that, so that I don't miss out on what I've enrolled for or signed up for. So I want to find out the greater experience that the 21st century has to offer.
It's really good. It teaches you your whole mindset, which is, like Jamie said, 80% of it. It teaches you really how to be grateful for what you already have and how to look forward and create your dreams as well. So it's a stepwise process, which is quite informative as well. So I'm really enjoying myself here. I've made some great friends as well, and I'm learning a lot.
Independent is my goal. It's my dream, and I want to do it because I want to make a difference in the world. I want to help people. I want to help people that need it.
I'll tell you one thing though, just by doing this course, I'm actually a happier person. I don't know if anyone else gets that. I don't know if anyone else says that, but it's just great. It's just great. I thought the best part about this weekend, you can't, for a one-off thing, I don't think you can actually say that there's any one single thing. I think it just amassed into a ball of inspiration and a ball of sort of action, I suppose. So now I want to go home now and just quit my job and just go do some stuff, you know. What have you got to lose? I mean, I read the book and then he turned around and said, 90 days, if you don't like it, just send it back. And well, this is me personally, when I got the book, got the course, and within the first week of doing the course, I turned around and said, all right, generate some income, why don't you ask your boss for a pay rise? So I did. $10,000 later, I'm like, yes! I'm not going to send this course back, it's great.